We're going to run through a demonstration of BriefCam Video Analytics integrated with Genetec Security Center. Here I have the Genetec Security Center interface, security desk. As you can see, we've got all of our different capabilities here. One of the options that we have is to launch BriefCam right within the interface of Security Desk. So as you can see, we've got camera hooked up, beautiful day. And I can go ahead and do my live monitoring here, video review within Security Desk. I also can go straight into BriefCam. So one of the options for the integration is to be able to pull the video directly from Genetec into the interface. So if I want to do an investigation, I can create it, and I can go ahead and add video directly from Genetec. So by selecting a particular date and time, I can select the camera or cameras that I want to have included in that investigation, and it will automatically pull that video directly from Genetec. I'm going to go ahead and review some video that I pulled from this last weekend. As you can see, we've got a bunch of thumbnails of different objects that were found in the video. Now, if I'm looking for a particular object, I can use the object type and attributes in order to find it very quickly. So this started out as about 45 minutes of video, and I can use things like classes to find the objects of interest. So if I'm looking for a motorcycle, for example, I can apply that and find the motorcycle within the scene. By clicking on the object, I can see that particular object that I selected. Or I can go to the original video, and you'll see the video directly as it was recorded in Genetec Security Center. Now I'm going to go ahead and reset my filters, and I'm going to do another search. If I knew I was looking for an object, in this case a white object, I can go ahead and select that. It'll show me all the objects that were white that passed in front of the camera. Now this is quite a few objects, 67 in this case, so I can go and I can review them very quickly by using Synopsis. Synopsis compresses the time frame, and you can see I get a timestamp for each of the objects that passed in front of the camera, denoting when that object was present. Now these times automatically synchronize with Genetec so that you're getting the times just as they were recorded in Genetec. So now instead of watching 45 minutes of video, I can watch just over 1 minute of video and see all of the white objects. Now I want to compress the time even more, so instead of just looking at the white objects, I'm going to look at the white vans. So again, I'm going to get a new synopsis, in this case just 8 seconds, and I can see all of the vans that passed in front of the camera. Now we have a number of classes that we can choose from. I can select people, for example, and I'm going to get all of the people that passed in front of the camera. I can use attributes like the color of clothing, the type of clothing, and things like whether they're wearing a backpack or have a hat on. So if I want to find someone with a backpack, I can select that on top of people, and you can see that I see the two people that had backpacks. I also get some information that I can use in order to understand the behavior of objects within the space. So in this case, things like heat mapping, which show me the most common areas of travel. I can see where, if any, are the most common spots where objects are stopping within the scene. I can also see common paths of travel within the space. So you can really see here that the most common paths of travel are right along this road. And I've got about 90 objects that are traveling in each direction. Now this is one of the modules that's included in BriefCam. All of the modules are accessible directly within the Security Desk interface. The first of these is Review. The other two modules are Respond and Research. So Review is really all about video investigations. Let's run through the other two modules of BriefCam as well. So all three modules are available right within the Genetec interface. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into Respond. Now Respond is the module that allows us to do live processing and notification. So by selecting a particular camera within Security Center, we can get live alarms from that camera. So I've got several cameras that are set up here and alarms set up. I'm going to go ahead and look at one of the results of these rules, and this is a facial recognition rule. So you can see that when I get this match, I've got the combination of the individual for whom the face matched along with the portrait of the individual that it matched to. Now, to set these up is really easy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my rules area, and I can go ahead and select the particular rule that I want to set up or create a new one. And what I did here was I created my Office Suspects rule. I load in the camera directly from Security Center, and I select the watch list I want to use. As soon as I save that out, I can start that rule running, and I'm going to start getting alarms based on matched faces created from the watch list that I set up. Now these alarms can show up within BriefCam, but they also show up within Genetec. So I can go ahead and attach them to particular events that I want to have occur when a match is found. Now all the rules in BriefCam can be set up to create alarms within Genetec Security Center. So whether it's looking for a particular individual like facial recognition or particular activities like an illegal U-turn or loitering or other types of activities. Now the final module I want to go through is research. The research module is all about data. So the fact that this came from video is really kind of ancillary. It's all about the data that we've generated and the metrics that we're able to pull from that data. So here we have an example of data that we're presenting based on a retail environment. You can see that we've got levels of activity, we've got demographic information, and we've got information like areas of interest and duration of visits. So all of these are very important metrics for understanding the performance of our store, but they're also interactive. So I can go in and I can select a particular area or I can select a particular demographic and I'll see everything update. I've selected men here and I see everything update just for the metrics for men. Now this is a very powerful means of getting particular information that's going to allow me to make better decisions within my environment. I'm going to go to another report here and show you some other examples of things that I can do. Now, in addition to all the great data that we're generating within BriefCam, we can also pull in external data as well. So if I want to be able to take data from, for example, cash register receipts from a point of sale system, I can bring that in and compare it to the levels of activity that we're seeing in a store. So in this case, I have the line that's generated by BriefCam, and I have the gross receipts that are generated by the point of sale. This makes it very easy for me as a store manager to see the correlation between levels of activity and levels of sales. So the data is also very configurable. So in this case, you can see that we're taking a number of cameras, combining them together, and generating a total number of people in a facility. So we're taking all of the number of people entering a facility, reducing it by the number of people leaving, and we get the total number of people in a facility. In this case, occupancy. So I can run all of these directly within the Genetec interface, and I'm able to launch it again right within the interface here. It shows up as a tab, and I can jump back and forth and use it as I desire in order to do investigations, to set up and receive alarms, and to view metrics and people counting and car counting levels of activity. If you'd like to see more information about BriefCam, please visit us at www.briefcam.com. Thank you.